Your body knows how to be well. Right now, in this very moment, every cell within you carries the blueprint of perfect balance, the memory of ease, the capacity to soften and restore. You don't need to learn this. You need only to remember. Wellness is not something foreign that must be imported from outside. It lives in you already, woven into the fabric of your being, waiting quietly beneath the surface of all your doing and striving and pushing through. We have forgotten this simple truth. We've been taught to override the body's signals, to push past tiredness, to ignore the whispers that ask us to slow down. We've learned to treat our bodies as machines that should perform without rest, without tenderness, without the luxury of simply being. And so we find ourselves exhausted, disconnected, living at a distance from the very vehicle that carries us through this life. But the body is patient. It continues to hold the possibility of wellness within it, continues to reach toward balance, even when we've forgotten how to listen. Take a breath right now, not a special breath, not a perfect breath, just the next breath that wants to come. Feel it move into your body. Feel how your body knows exactly what to do with that breath without any instruction from your thinking mind. This is the wisdom we're talking about. This is the intelligence that never left you, even when you stopped paying attention to it. Your heart beats without your permission. Your blood flows. Your cells regenerate. Wellness is already happening in you, beneath the noise of worry and the weight of all you think you should be doing. Now notice where you're holding tension. Perhaps it's in your shoulders, drawn up toward your ears as though you're bracing for impact. Perhaps it's in your jaw, clenched tight from years of holding back words or holding in feelings. Maybe it's in your chest, constricted and small, protecting your heart from a world that has sometimes felt too harsh. This tension is not your enemy. It's simply a habit, a pattern learned long ago when you decided that staying alert and defended would keep you safe. You learned to grip and brace and hold yourself together because somewhere along the way you came to believe that relaxation meant vulnerability, that softness meant weakness, that letting go meant losing control. But what if that belief is costing you more than it's protecting you? What if the very armor you've built to stay safe is now the thing preventing wellness from flowing freely through your system? The body cannot heal in a state of constant vigilance. It cannot restore when it's perpetually preparing for battle. Wellness requires a different state, a state of receptivity, of allowing, of trust. And this state begins the moment you give yourself permission to soften. You don't need to do this perfectly. You don't need to become instantly relaxed or achieve some ideal state of Zen-like calm. You need only to take one small step in the direction of ease. Perhaps you lower your shoulders just half an inch. Perhaps you unclench your jaw. Perhaps you take one conscious breath that travels all the way down into your belly instead of stopping short in your chest. These small acts of softening send a powerful message to your nervous system. It's safe to let go. It's safe to be here. It's safe to relax. The invitation here is simple but profound. You are allowed to feel good. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to exist in your body without constantly monitoring, fixing, pushing, or proving. This permission might feel strange at first because you've spent so long believing that ease must be earned through sufficient suffering. that relaxation is a reward for completing an endless task list, that feeling good in your body is a luxury available only after you've transformed it into something other than what it is right now. Let that story go. You don't need to earn the right to wellness. You don't need to achieve a certain weight or fitness level or health status before you're permitted to treat yourself with kindness. You don't need to fix everything that's wrong before you're allowed to appreciate what's right. Wellness is not a destination you arrive at after sufficient struggle. It's a state of being that becomes available the moment you stop fighting with yourself and start listening. Your body is speaking to you all the time. It speaks in sensation, in intuition, in the subtle knowing that rises up when you pause long enough to pay attention. It tells you when it needs rest and when it's ready to move. It tells you what foods bring vitality and which ones leave you feeling heavy and depleted. It tells you which people and places and activities nourish your spirit and which ones drain your energy. But you've been trained to ignore these signals, to override them with what you think you should do, what others expect, what your mind has decided is the right or responsible or productive choice. What if you began to trust the body's wisdom again? What if you treated your physical sensations not as inconveniences to be pushed through, but as valuable information from an intelligence far older and deeper than your thinking mind? The body doesn't lie. It doesn't perform or pretend or try to impress anyone. It simply tells the truth about what it needs in any given moment. And when you begin to listen to that truth, when you begin to honor it with your choices and your actions, something remarkable happens. The body begins to relax. It begins to trust that you're finally paying attention, that you're finally on its side. And in that relaxation, in that trust, the natural healing capacity that was always present can finally do its work. There is an intelligence within you that knows how to heal. A la cut, how to fight off infection, how to knit broken bones back together. You don't have to consciously direct any of this. It happens automatically when the conditions are right. And the primary condition required for healing is a nervous system that feels safe enough to shift out of survival mode and into restoration mode. This is what we're cultivating here, not through force or willpower or complicated protocols, but through the simple act of coming back to the body with gentleness and presence. Let's pause here for a moment. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the gentle rise and fall of breath beneath your hands. This is you taking care of you. This is you offering yourself the tenderness that you've been so generous in offering to others. You don't need to change anything or fix anything right now. You need only to be here, to acknowledge this body that has carried you faithfully through every moment of your life, that has never abandoned you even when you've abandoned it. Can you speak to your body the way you would speak to a beloved friend? Can you thank your heart for beating, your lungs for breathing, your legs for carrying you, your hands for creating and holding and touching? This might feel awkward at first, especially if you've spent years criticizing your body, focusing on everything you wish were different about it. But the body responds to appreciation the way a plant responds to water and sunlight. It opens, it relaxes, it begins to thrive. Try this softly inside your own mind or whispered aloud. Thank you, body, for all you do for me. Thank you for your tireless work, even when I haven't been paying attention. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your resilience. I'm listening now. I'm here with you now. Notice what happens when you speak these words. Notice if there's a softening, a warmth, a subtle shift in how you feel inside your own skin. This is not magical thinking. This is the simple recognition that kindness changes everything, including the relationship between your conscious mind and the physical form you inhabit. You've been working so hard, haven't you? Pushing and striving and trying to keep all the plates spinning, believing that if you just do enough, achieve enough, become enough, then you'll finally be allowed to rest. But rest is not the reward for finishing everything. Rest is the fuel that makes everything else possible. Wellness is not what you get to experience after you've perfected your life. Wellness is what allows you to engage with your life from a place of presence and energy and joy. The body moves in rhythms. There is a time for action and a time for stillness, a time for output and a time for restoration. Nature understands this perfectly. Trees don't feel guilty for losing their leaves in autumn. The earth doesn't apologize for winter. The tide doesn't berate itself for pulling back from the shore. These cycles of expansion and contraction, of giving and receiving, of doing and being, this is the natural order of things. And you are not separate from nature. You are nature. Your body knows these rhythms intimately. It's only your mind that has decided such rhythms are inefficient, that rest is laziness, that stopping means falling behind. What if you released that story? What if you trusted that your energy moves in cycles just like everything else in the natural waves, oraled, and that honoring the cycle of rest is not self-indulgence but wisdom? When you allow yourself to truly rest, not collapse in exhaustion, but consciously choose restoration, you tap into the body's natural ability to repair, renew, and rebalance itself. This is when inflammation decreases. This is when stress hormones recede. This is when the healing mechanisms that are always present can actually function as they were designed to. You don't need to wait until you're completely burned out before you give yourself permission to rest. You don't need to push until you're sick or injured or utterly depleted. You can choose to honor your need for restoration before you reach the breaking point. This is not weakness. This is profound respect for the only body you will ever have, the only vehicle you'll ever be given for experiencing this precious life. Bring your attention to your breath again. This time, make your exhale just slightly longer than your inhale. Breathe in for a count of 3. Breathe out for a count of 4 or 5. Do this a few times and notice what happens in your body. The long exhale is a signal to your nervous system that you're safe, that there's no emergency, that it's okay to stand down from high alert and move into a state of ease. This is so simple and yet so powerful. You carry this tool with you everywhere you go. In any moment of tension or overwhelm or anxiety, you can return to your breath and shift your state. The breath is the bridge between the conscious mind and the unconscious wisdom of the body. It's the place where you have the most direct influence over your nervous system. You cannot consciously control your heart rate or your digestion or your immune function, but you can control your breath. And when you shift your breath into a slower, deeper, more easeful pattern, everything else begins to follow. The heart rate slows, the muscles release, the mind quiets. This is not something you need to believe in for it to work. This is simple physiology. This is the body's built-in mechanism for moving from stress to safety, from tension to ease. Let yourself rest in this awareness for a moment. You have everything you need within you already. You don't need special equipment or expensive programs or guru guidance to access your own innate capacity for wellness and balance. You need only to pause, to breathe, to come back to the body with kindness and attention. This is available to you in any moment, no matter what else is happening in your life, no matter how chaotic or challenging your circumstances might be. You always have access to this one breath, this one moment of presence, this one choice to soften instead of brace. Perhaps you've believed that healing must be complicated, that achieving wellness requires elaborate protocols and strict disciplines and years of therapy or treatment. And while support and guidance can be valuable, they're not always necessary. Sometimes healing happens in the simplest moments, in the decision to take a nap instead of pushing through exhaustion, in the choice to say no to something that doesn't serve you, in the act of putting your hand on your heart and breathing deeply and reminding yourself that you're doing the best you can. Wellness doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a battle you wage against your body or your mind or your circumstances. It can be as gentle as a return, a coming home to yourself, a remembering of what you've always known but perhaps forgotten. Your body wants to feel good. It wants to move toward balance and ease and vitality. It's designed for wellness, wired for healing, constantly working toward homeostasis even when you're not consciously directing it. Your job is not to force or fix or control this process. Your job is simply to create the conditions that allow it to happen. And the primary condition is a nervous system that feels safe enough to relax. So much of what we call illness or imbalance is simply the body's response to chronic stress, to the constant activation of the fight or flight system that was never meant to be sustained long term. When you're in survival mode, the body prioritizes immediate defense over long-term health. Digestion shuts down because there's no time to properly process a meal when you're running from a tiger. Immune function is suppressed because fighting off a virus is not as urgent as fighting off an immediate threat. Repair and regeneration are postponed because all available resources are being directed toward keeping you alive right now. But here's what's important to understand. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real physical threat and the mental stress of worrying about your to-do list or replaying yesterday's difficult conversation or imagining everything that might go wrong in the future. It responds to perceived danger, whether that danger is actual or imagined. And when you spend most of your waking hours in a state of low-grade anxiety, constantly activated and braced and on edge, your body never gets the signal that it's safe to shift into restoration mode. This is when wellness becomes elusive, when symptoms accumulate, when you feel disconnected from your own vitality. The way back is through softening, through consciously choosing again and again to let go of the grip, to release the brace, to invite the body into a state of ease. This becomes a practice, a returning, a gentle discipline of noticing when you've tensed up and making the choice to soften. You won't do it perfectly. You'll forget and find yourself clenched and shallow breathing and lost in worry. And then you'll remember. You'll take a breath. You'll drop your shoulders, you'll come back. This is the practice, not achieving some permanent state of relaxation, but developing the capacity to notice when you've left yourself and to consciously return. And as you practice this returning, something begins to shift. The body starts to remember what ease feels like. It starts to trust that relaxation is safe, that softening doesn't lead to collapse or catastrophe. Neural pathways begin to change. Old patterns of chronic tension begin to release. You start to notice that you feel more present in your body, more alive to sensation, more connected to the moment you're actually in, rather than lost in the past or future. This is when wellness stops being something you're chasing and starts being something you're experiencing. Right here, right now, in this imperfect body, in this ordinary moment, there is the possibility of feeling good. Not because everything in your life is perfect, not because you've solved all your problems or healed all your wounds, but because you've made the radical choice to be present with yourself, to treat yourself with kindness, to honor your body's need for gentleness and rest and care. You are doing so well. Even in the midst of everything that feels hard or uncertain or overwhelming, you are here, you are breathing, your heart is beating, your body is working on your behalf every single second, performing thousands of miraculous functions without any conscious effort from you. This deserves your appreciation. This deserves your respect. This deserves your kindness. Let yourself feel the support beneath you right now. Feel how you're being held by the chair or floor or bed, by the earth itself. You don't have to hold yourself up through sheer will and effort. You can let yourself be supported. You can trust that you won't fall apart if you stop gripping so tightly. The ground is beneath you. The air is around you. You are safe enough right now to let yourself soften. And in this softening, in this allowing, the body's innate wisdom comes forward. You begin to sense what you truly need. Maybe it's water or movement or nourishment. Maybe it's silence or connection or creativity. Maybe it's sleep or laughter or time in nature. When you're quiet enough to listen, the body will tell you. It will guide you toward what serves your wellness and away from what depletes it. This is not about rigid rules or shoulds and musts. This is about cultivating a sensitive, responsive relationship with your own inner knowing. You might take a moment each morning to check in with yourself before you launch into your day. Place your hands on your body, your heart, your belly, wherever calls to you, and simply ask, what do you need today? What would serve you? How can I support you? And then listen, not with your thinking mind that will immediately generate a list of all the things you should do, but with a deeper listening, a sensing into what's true beneath the surface. The answer might surprise you. It might be simpler than you expect. It might be exactly what you've been denying yourself because you didn't think you had permission. Give yourself permission now, permission to feel good without earning it, permission to rest without guilt, permission to make choices based on what your body needs rather than what you think you should want. Permission to be gentle with yourself on the hard days, permission to celebrate the small victories, the moment you chose breath over panic, the moment you said no to something that wasn't serving you, the moment you honored your tiredness instead of pushing through it. These small choices accumulate. They create a new baseline, a new normal, a new relationship between you and the body you inhabit. And from this foundation of greater ease and inner balance, everything else in your life begins to shift. You have more energy for the things that matter. You're more present with the people you love. You're more creative, more alive, more capable of joy. Not because you've achieved some perfect state of health, but because you've stopped fighting with yourself and started working with yourself. This is the practice of relaxation, of coming into wellness, of finding inner balance. It's not a destination you arrive at and then you're done. It's a way of being with yourself, a quality of presence and kindness that you bring to each moment. Some moments will feel easy and others will feel challenging. Some days you'll remember to soften and others you'll spend hours clenched and anxious before you notice. This is all part of the practice. There is no failure here, only the continual opportunity to begin again, to return to the body with gentleness, to choose ease over strain. Your body is your home for this entire lifetime. It's the only one you'll ever have. What if you started treating it like the precious, miraculous gift that it is? What if you spoke to it with love instead of criticism? What if you honored its needs instead of overriding them? What if you trusted its wisdom instead of second-guessing every signal it sends? This is not narcissism or self-indulgence. This is basic respect for the vehicle that makes every experience of your life possible. And as you cultivate this respect, this kindness, this attentive care for your own well-being, you naturally begin to extend it outward. You have more patience for others because you're no longer running on empty. You have more compassion because you've learned to be compassionate with yourself. You have more to give because you've stopped depleting your reserves. Wellness is not selfish. It's the foundation from which everything else flows. Take another breath now. Let it be easy. Let it be soft. Let it fill your lungs and then release completely, carrying with it any remaining tension, any lingering doubt, any sense that you don't deserve to feel this good. You do deserve it. You always have. Wellness is your birthright, not something you need to earn or achieve or prove yourself worthy of. It's already here, waiting in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, in the gentle rhythm of your breath, in the wisdom of your body that has never stopped working toward balance and health and vitality. This is your invitation to relax into the truth of who you are beneath all the striving and performing and pushing, to let yourself be held by the fundamental goodness of your own being, to trust that wellness is not somewhere out there in the future, contingent on everything going right, but right here, right now, available in this very moment when you choose to soften and breathe and return to yourself with love. You are enough, exactly as you are. Your body is enough, exactly as it is. This moment is enough, exactly as it is. From this place of enoughness, of okayness, of gentle acceptance, true wellness can emerge, not as something you force or manufacture, but as the natural expression of a body and mind that finally feels safe enough to relax, to restore, to remember their innate capacity for balance and health. Let yourself rest in this knowing. Let it settle into your bones, into your cells, into the deepest part of you that has always known this truth, even when you forgot it. You are well. You are whole. You are home in yourself. And from this center, this place of inner balance and ease, you can meet whatever comes with greater resilience, greater grace, greater presence. This is wellness, not the absence of challenge, but the deep internal resource of knowing that you can return to yourself, that you can soften, that you can trust the wisdom of your body to guide you toward what you need. Breathe this in. Let it be real in your body, not just an idea in your mind. Feel the softening, feel the ease, feel the possibility of living from this place of greater kindness toward yourself. This is available to you always, in every moment, no matter what else is happening. You need only to pause, to breathe, to remember who you really are beneath all the noise and pressure and doing. You are the one who breathes. You are the one who feels. You are the one who can choose in any moment to come back home to the body with love. And in that coming home, wellness is already here, waiting to greet you with open arms.